everybody, welcome back for another episode of Let's Play Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. On the last episode, we snuck around a fortress, freed some really strange guys, and then we were rewarded by joining a completely matriarchal society. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Alright, so in this episode, we're gonna cross the haunted wasteland. Alrighty. So, I believe this is actually a bit easier to navigate if it's actually during the day. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and play the sun song right here, so. Granted, it's not gonna make too huge of a difference, but you know, all the same, yeah, I just kinda wanna switch it up a little, so, yeah. So, even if it's a little bit easier, it's still gonna help us. Alright, so over here, this is the first trial. It is the River of Sand. What we want to do is take out the long shot, and we can actually hit that box right there, which will bring us across the River of Sand. Alrighty. Alright, so this next part is a little tricky. You kind of just have to basically squint, and basically you have to find your way around to different flags and whatnot. So, it can be a bit tricky, I do admit, because it gets relatively hard to see. But it usually just comes into view when you get close to the flags. So let's see. Oh, there's one right there. And so, like, if you actually get too far off the path, you get thrown back at the beginning, which, you know, that gets pretty annoying. But anyway, so I think we got past that. And all right, cool. Here we go. So there is a golden sculpture down there, and if you go down there and use Din's Fire, then you can get a huge rupee, but we don't have any need to get that. Alrighty, so I do highly recommend that you have a good amount of magic and whatnot, because if we read this, one with the Eye of Truth shall be guided to the Spirit Temple by an inviting ghost. Well, okay, so let's check this out. Alright, so as we can see, there's a ghost there. We just want to follow it as best as we can. Just try not... It kind of like follows a predetermined path, and so you technically don't need it, but it does take a lot of practice to learn this predetermined path and whatnot. So it's just way easier to follow it. So, alrighty, so let's just continue following it, and yeah, there will be monsters here that will just try to annoy you. Just for the most part, ignore them. They can't really, like, knock you over or anything. So, whoa, that was a little tricky there, buddy. Come on now. And so, as you can see there, we could just go right away to those two flags over there and ignore the rest of that. Ignore that ghost, because he just kind of goes in like swirls and whatnot, I guess. So, all right, there we go. So we cross the desert to, I guess, what would be the place where the Shadow Colossus is. Very nice. And that right there is the desert. Did I really just call it the Shadow Colossus? Wow! The Desert Colossus, Pyro. The Desert Colossus. Alright. So, right over here, as you can see, there is a crack. So, what we want to do is just go ahead and equip some bombs. Bomb! And just bomb that. And, come on, just leave me alone. I have done nothing to do you wrong. Alright, so in here we got a great fairy fountain. It's been a little while since we saw one of these bad boys. Bad girls. Bad texturing. Anyway, so as always, just play the melody of the royal family. And there we go. And of course, old pointy tits are gonna come flying out of that fairy fountain and scar us mentally for days to come. Oh gosh. It's just... Welcome, Link. I'm the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please take it. Please tell me I can make myself blind at will. Please? No? I didn't think so. Yeah, get a load of that picture, whorish. You know, fairy. Alright, so we get Nabooru's Love. Cast this to create a powerful protective barrier. It's defensive magic you can use with C. Nabooru's Love is in effect for only a limited time, so use it carefully. For a limited time offer! Okay, I'll stop there. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. No. I'm afraid that I won't ever. I just came here for this super special awesome power. And so basically what Nabooru's love does, it just creates a barrier so you can't really take damage, but you can get hit, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Alright, so we can go up ahead and go right there to that desert colossus. But actually right here what I want to do is just kind of show off something I found out. Alright, so if we go on top of this rock here, we can go ahead and play the Song of Storms. And so what it does is it actually fills up this oasis. And so by filling up this oasis, out of nowhere, a bunch of fairies, no, they're not, they don't look like whores, come out of nowhere. So while I don't really need any more fairies right now, come on, crap, stay on the edge. While I don't really need any more because we still have a... Wait, we caught a fairy? Looked like I captured water. Well, in any case, while we don't need it, it's always just good to have there, and I guess I could put my hammer there. It's not really necessary. Well, in any case, let's just continue on, and I guess we might as well just go ahead and enter the the desert colossus. Jeez. Alright. So, let's get in here, and let's, I guess, investigate a little bit, right? Might as well. Alright, and as you can see, they're flying pots. And let's see, we can't do anything. Let's see what we can do over here. We can't push it, and we can't pull it. So there's that. And let's see what's on the other side. Let's see, unfortunately the other side isn't much better because apparently because there's this little crawl space that only looks like a kid can go through. So let's just, I guess, look around. We can actually go ahead and read these little plaques. If you want to proceed to the past, you should return here with the pure heart of a child. Alright, and let's read the other one here. Let's see. If you want to travel to the future, you should return here with the power of silver from the past. Well, okay. Very, very cryptic, but okay. So, I guess there's nothing left to do, so let's leave. Past, present, future. The Master Sword is a ship with which you can sail upstream and downstream through Time's river. The port for that ship is in the Temple of Time. To restore the Desert Colossus and enter the Spirit Temple, you must travel back through Time's flow. Listen to this Requiem of Spirit. This melody will lead a child back to the desert. And so we have learned the Requiem of Spirit. And also, we happen to see an old friend of ours, Mr. Kapora Gabora over there. Or that's what it looked like, at least. And he disappears into sand. Well then, alright, so as Sheik stated, we basically need to come back here as a kid. So let's go ahead and play the Prelude of Light so we can go back to the Temple of Time. Alright, so let's warp to the Temple of Time, as always, and let's see. Alrighty, so we're back at the Temple of Time, and of course what we want to do is jumbled my words there. I was about to say we should just take sail and go back downstream. So, let's actually just go ahead and do that. Actually, what I'm just gonna do is play Bolero of Fire and basically use that to, you know, put the Master Sword back in. Use that as a theme, I guess you could call it. No. And there we go. Generally, it only really works well with long songs like that because, it's just, I don't know, I guess it just has a longer melody attached to it, so it doesn't really cut out near the end. Alright, so let's go ahead and play the Requiem Spirit. Alright, so I gotta say, that's a nice sounding tune, but I think so far my favorites are the Minuet of Forest, the Serenade of Water, and the Nocturne of Shadow. I don't know why, they just kind of sound good. Alright, so let's go ahead and enter the Temple of, or the Temple of whatever. No, the Desert Colossus and or the Spirit Temple, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so obviously with those attacking us, just block against them. And let's go ahead and go, whoa, there seems to be a Gerudo chick here. Let's talk to you. I haven't seen you around, kid. What do you want? Well, I want to see the temple. You're just a kid. The temple is no place for kids. Hey, alright, let's talk to you again. Yes, we know you haven't seen us around. Well, you know what? Fine, let me be up front with you. We're looking for the sages. A sage? I don't know anyone like that. Hey, you're really helpful, you know that? I haven't seen you around, kid. What do you want? Well, fine, I guess I'm not really doing anything here. You have nothing to do? What good timing! Can you do me a favor, kid? Wait a second, I want to ask you first. You wouldn't happen to be one of Ganondorf's followers, would you? Let's see, what if I am? I hate Ganondorf. What if I am? Don't try to act cool, kid, I was just asking. A kid like you could never be one of Ganondorf's followers. Well, let's cut to the chase. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Nabooru of the Gerudo. I'm a lone wolf thief. But don't get me wrong. Though we're both thieves, I'm completely different from Ganondorf. With his followers, he stole from women and children, and he even killed people. A kid like you may not know this, but the Gerudo race consists only of women. Only one man is born every 100 years. Even though our laws say that lone male Gerudo must become king of the Gerudo, I'll never bow to such an evil man. By the way, what is your name, kid? Link? What kind of name is that? Well, anyway. I want to ask you a favor. Will you go through this tiny hole and get a treasure that's inside? That's what she's... Okay. The treasure is the silver gauntlets. If you can equip them, you can easily push and pull very heavy things. That's what she... Okay. I'm sorry, it's too hard to resist, and I'm a guy. Okay, I'm a college kid, for God's sake. No, kid. Don't even think about taking this treasure. Really? Really? This is just one big innuendo. The Todd would be happy here. The silver gauntlets won't fit a little kid. I'm not even getting... No, it's too easy. Okay, Ganondorf and his minions are using the Shadow Spirit as a hideout. Only the silver gauntlets will allow me to sneak deep into the temple. Once there, I'm going to steal all the treasure inside and mess up their plans. How about it? Will you do it? Yeah, we might as well. Apparently we're not really doing anything, so. Thanks, kid. You and I, let's give Ganondorf and his followers a big surprise, shall we? If you can successfully get the silver gauntlets, I'll do something great for you. Well, that is not ambiguous in the slightest. Well, I think actually we're gonna go ahead and tackle the Shadow Temple, or the Spirit Temple of Grand Paramania. Apparently the Spirit Temple has like 1.5 million names according to me. We're gonna go ahead and tackle this temple in the next episode. So this is Grand Paramania signing out. I'll see you guys then.